All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm now going to start the session on melanocytic lesions. So melanocytic lesions are hard for many reasons. So we're going to think in this talk mainly about conjunctival melanocytic lesions. Okay. You will, I'm sure, have learned about junctional nevi and compound nevi and intradermal nevi, but mainly we are going to do conj ones. Let's start with this slide here. So this is my view of various kinds of pigmented lesions. So lesson number one is there are things that are pigmented that are not melanocytic. Just putting query melanoma on the form is not helpful. So this one here, seborrheic keratosis, we would like to know that this clinical impression, seborrheic keratosis, okay? This will help the people who are cutting up the lesion to take the correct sections. All right. So think these are all the things that might be pigmented. All right. So one of the key things in melanocytic lesions, because they can occur anywhere, just in the epidermis at the junction, in both the epidermis and the dermis, and just in the dermis, is we have to think about what does benign look like. So normal melanocytes are about the same size as epidermal cells. And this picture shows the life cycle of the normal melanocytic nevus cell, where first it forms little junctional nests, then it forms nests in both places, and finally it matures out and is in the dermis. So what are benign cells? They are the same size as epithelial cells. In other words, there's no nuclear enlargement. They are oval and irregular shape, and they have no nuclei or mitoses. Gosh, the amount of time I've spent looking for mitoses in melanocytic lesions. Sometimes they can look a bit funny, and this is particularly in benign melanocytic lesions in the conj because they get irritated by the eyelids. So we have a much wider range of what's acceptable in the conj than we do with what's in the skin. And sometimes they form little clusters like these that are hyperchromatic. Okay, so it is tricky. So you will only be given the most obvious melanocytic lesions to interpret, I hope. So these are both benign because they've got uniform ovoid cells with small nucleoli, if they're there at all, and they are regular, as opposed to this. So what does malignant look like? So we're in the chat again, please. And I want you to tell me a key diagnostic feature in this slide that tells me that this is malignant. Off we go in the chat. I'm going to give you 10 seconds and count you down. All right, press go. Okay, so many of them are there, what you said, but that wasn't the key feature I was hoping for. Have another go. It begins with P and it's not pleomorphism.
Oh, do you want to give them a clue by pointing to it?
Oh, yes, it's this thing here. I want more people to tell me what this thing is
Mm.
here.
Okay, that's helpful.
All right,
What's that?
go. I haven't had replies from everybody yet. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, people. Just write something.
So it's those cells up there, those big cells, what, that are in the epidermis.
Yes,
Mm.
that's right. They're rising like bubbles through the epidermis. So this is what
Mm.
pagetoid spread looks like.
Mm.
Okay, three situations for pagetoid spread, melanocytic lesion, sebaceous carcinoma, and sometimes Bowen's disease, but they won't give you like squamous cell carcinoma in situ, but they won't give you that. So if you see this pattern, it's going to be sebaceous carcinoma or a melanocytic lesion. And this is all confined to the epidermis. So we've got a malignant melanocytic lesion confined to the epidermis. So this is melanoma in situ. All right. And then all those other things that you were talking about, the atypia, the mitoses, this solid growth can be seen in this one here. Here's a mitosis, for example. All right. So in this one, we've got some spindle cells and some epithelial cells here. All right, I'll come back to your question here. So spindle cells and epithelial cells, are they prognostic in the skin? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1, go. The answer is tutors. Who's good at skin? My answer is no, they're not.
No.
Is that your understanding, Basim?
Yeah, sure. Yes, no.
The answer is no. All right. So they are only prognostic in uveal melanoma. So how do we know this is a melanocytic lesion? Because it has nests of cells here at the junction, which is very typically melanocytic, and pagetoid spread. So these are key features of melanocytic lesions. All right. What do you think would be useful to have in a melanoma report? Off you go. What would you like to know as a clinician in the melanoma?
What shall we say? Right, three things. Three things.
Three things.
Yeah.
Three things. Right. So start writing.
Your top
Three
things,
things.
and then we'll tell you when you can enter. Not yet.
Yeah.
All right. Enough time?
All right. Everyone press go. All right. Lots of people say depth. So yes, we want to stage it properly. We want the margins to know whether
Yes.
it's been cut out. And then we want some other prognostic things like perineural and vascular invasion.
That's
IHC
good.
findings, probably, though that would not necessarily apply because we know it's a melanocytic lesion. We don't have to prove it's a melanocytic lesion. You rely on the pathologist for that. But there are a couple of IHCs that we would do for prognosis. One of them is the Ki-67. Can any other tutors think of anything else we would do for prognosis? It's not like the Uvea where we do BAP1 and PRAME, okay?
No.
BAP1 and PRAME are not useful in skin melanomas.
Mutational testing
In skin melanomas?
for BRAF.
Ah, yes, for BRAF, of course. Yes. So if it was an advanced melanoma, thank you, Owen, BRAF would be useful. All right. So when we write reports, we give you long, long, long lists of things. All right. So would one of the other tutors like to reply to Jovi in the thing? Oh, thank you, Adam. Here we go. All right. So what we have here is the summary because we love to give you a summary. Okay. And these are perhaps the most important things that we ask you. So we want to have the stage. Yep. And the margins, but there's a whole lot of other information. So we like detail the margins. We talk about the mitotic rate because we know the mitotic rate is related to prognosis. The same with ulceration, the same with the level of invasion. We often talk about subtype, and that is definitely related to, there are some special subtypes that have a poorer prognosis. All right, this growth phase thing. Who's going to explain growth phase? I'm talking to tutors here.
Oh,
Sorry,
Click
Well.
your button, tutors.
what was
Do
the
you want me to
question?
do
Sorry.
it? Oh yeah, what radial versus growth phase. So you can have a melanoma that mostly grows this way,
Mhm.
or a melanoma that mostly grows that way. We find whether there's pagetoid spread, so this is along the bubbles rising up, or just along the side, whether there's tumor adjacent, whether there's regression. So melanocytes have attendant melanocytic tumors. Yes, vertical is worse for prognosis, Tom. They have a tendency to attract lymphocytes, which kill them. You know, they do the whole T cell surround cytokines death process. Are they around nerves? Is there desmoplasia? So being desmoplastic is a bad prognosis, I understand. Whether this is a sun-derived melanoma, sometimes they are, and sometimes they aren't, and they have different mutations in them. And whether the lymphocytes are doing a job at keeping them in check or even making them regress, and whether it arises from a lesion next door. So we will give you all this information, okay? And it's usually based on whether recurrence risk and prognosis, okay?
Mm.
But the most important ones are these. Okay. Sorry, the most important ones are whether it's out and its stage, okay? And the rest will help you determine the prognosis. Does anyone know, tutors, if there is like a calculator we can put these into and get, is there a melanoma calculator for skin? I don't do
I
skin.
think there is.
I
That
think there is a
melanoma-
melanoma.
Yeah, Melanoma Institute of Australia make various calculators.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, and they make ones for your like lifetime risk of recurrence and whether you're a lifetime risk of melanoma. So there are calculators that patients will be putting these into. All right. So I'm going to leave people to answer the chat.
Yep.
Okay. So it'll be
Diane, there's a word here that people find confusing. It's called lentiginous. What does that mean? Lentiginous.
all right.
Maybe
Let me
you could,
bring you
yeah,
back
number
here.
3 might be a good one to show it on.
Yeah, so lentiginous spread, like in lentigo maligna, just spreads along the base here, adjacent to the basement membrane. And you can get melanomas in situ that just spread along the base, as opposed to that one that we saw earlier, which was a melanoma that was spreading upwards with these nodules.
That one
Okay.
doesn't really have much lentiginous.
It doesn't have much lentiginous spread
Mm.
at all. Right.
Mm.
So now those are general principles of skin melanomas, but what we really want to look at and think about is conjunctival melanocytic lesions. So if a thing is invasive and destructive, we have a better chance of thinking it's malignant. But let's think about non-invasive conjunctival melanocytic lesions. How do we know whether they're benign or malignant? They can be hard to tell based on the cytology, so we have to take other factors into account. So the first thing that we do is we look at the horizontal spread along the epithelial junction. So that's that lentiginous spread. The vertical spread through the conjunctival epithelium and the degree of atypia in the cells. And we have a scoring system, which you do not need to memorize. But you do need to memorize the principles of radial, vertical, and atypia. So this was developed in Liverpool by, what was her name? Sorry, I forgot.
Sarah Coupland.
Sarah Coupland, okay. And here we have essentially the keratinocytes are just brown. Then here we've got melanocytes that are causing brown disorganization of the basal layers. They're having pagetoid spread, nests, and then continuous nests, and we count the score. Vertical spread, less than 50%. more than 50%, and then complete. And then we score the atypia, and she's nicely published these showing that. Okay. And she was the one that invented the Seaman scoring system. Now, I want you to put your thumbs up if you have heard about the Seaman scoring system. And Amanda, how many people are putting their thumbs up?
Not many that I can see. There is a few. No, the majority not.
All right. And how many have heard of the PAM system for melanoma?
The majority, yes.
Okay. Man, you're so last decade.
I know.
Okay. All right. So even if we use the Seaman scoring system, we are slightly out of date because the World Health Organization has proposed a simplified system. So pathologists will not talk about PAM. PAM is gone. They will work out a Seaman score, and then they will classify it according to the World Health Organization. Okay, so you'll get something that says Seaman score greater than 5, melanoma in situ. And that's what you will get these days.
So why has the
Okay.
PAM gone out of fashion?
Oh, it was like the variability between pathologists was extreme. These are like descriptors without any real pictures that for us to refer to. Plus, it's single item, right? So we have atypia in the Seaman score, but the PAM doesn't take into account like how far through it is, the type of spread, and it's inexact compared to the Seaman scoring system.
Okay.
And the WHO system actually tells you what to do, right? Because what you want to do as a clinician is to know how to treat it. Is it okay to excise with close margins and watch? Is it invasive? You know? So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a better treatment guide. We can be faced with pictures like this. Oh, look at that whole bunch of confusing blue cells. So let's have a think about how to approach this confusing thing. Well, the first thing is it skin or conj? And we can see these quite heavily stained goblet cells here. Okay. The second thing is, sorry, I'll just go, yeah. What are these big gaps? And melanocytes, they love to crawl down those epithelial imaginations of the conj, the pseudoglands of Henle, and occupy them. And even though they're crawling down those glands, they are not going past the basement membrane. They are not invading. So if we see a gland in the middle, this is actually a feature that means that this bit of this melanocytic proliferation is probably still in the epithelium. And if the
Diane, can you
glands
tell the
have been
difference?
destroyed, sorry.
Can you tell the difference here between what's epithelial cell and what's a melanocytic cell? It's a bit hard to say.
It's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference here. Only years of experience will tell me that this is probably an epithelial cell and these nested ones, but I don't expect you to do this. I'm just kind of going through principles here.
Principles, yeah.
So if you see these destroyed, these glands of Henle, you will then know that it could well be invasive. But looking at these cells, they still have the smooth nuclear membrane outline and no nucleoli. So I think that these are probably benign cells. Okay. We have a blood vessel here. We have endothelial cells. We can't really see good epithelial cells, though the blue arrow is pointing to some of them, and we can see they're about the same size. Because remember, we're looking for hyperchromasia, nucleoli, large cell size, and atypia. All right, so we have quite a long time with these cases, okay? because the tutors will need time to talk through this with you. So what I'm going to do is give you probably 20 minutes. How does that sound?
Okay.
You've only got 1, 2, 3 cases, and the questions are on the slides here and the answers are on the slides here, okay? So that you can have a chance to have a look at them, and then all the answers have got the little Seaman diagrams, and the tutors will talk their way through them with you. Okay, I'm going to put you in breakout rooms now. I will bring us back at 3:15. Does that work with our schedule, Amanda?
Sure, that's perfect. It's 15 minutes past the hour. We
Yeah, 15 minutes
finished
past the
this
hour.
section.
Okay, I will now make breakout rooms again. And I'm going to recreate the room so you get someone new. Oh, hang on. How many tutors have we got here at the moment, Amanda? We've got 6 at the moment. Yes, we
Oh.
have.
Irene,
We've got 6, haven't we?
have we? Archana.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Kath is not tutoring this session.
No. All right. I think we have everybody sorted out into their rooms now, and I'm going to be with room 4. Off we go. Hello, Susan in Sydney.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's not working, so I'm using my phone hotspot. So it disconnected 5 seconds ago.
I will send you to room 1 with Amanda.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Did you get through all the slides that time?
Yes.
Yes, that's good.
That's enough time.
All right, a fun fact from Owen has been put in chat. Okay, does anyone want to ask a question in the chat about melanocytic lesions while we're here?
Good. Did everybody in the tutor group get to the virtual slide? We did, but did everyone else?
Oh, we didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I was
right.
going to put people looking at the virtual slide next because
Oh,
I think
okay.
we have this session until
Yes, we do. Well, 3:15 now.
3:15. Hang on. Oh, we have it. Sorry, 3:15, eye pathology, 3:15,
Yeah.
and then we have another short break. Okay. Do we want a break? Are we ready for a break yet?
Or shall we do the virtual slide?
We'll do the virtual slide. So thumbs up if you want to do the virtual slide. Yeah. And thumbs
I'll do it
down if
again.
you want a break.
Keep going, but we still need to have a break. So how long we'll come
We'll
back?
Right. We're going to have 5 minutes on the virtual slide and 5 minutes of us explaining the virtual slide.
In the group room. Okay.
In the
I
group
think
room.
probably the tutor should drive just for expediency.
In the yeah.
Don't you think?
Okay. Yeah. We'll have 5 minutes with the tutors explaining the virtual slide in the groups that we were in.
Yep. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Intro. All right. I'll go back.
Yep.
So my group has got a sneak preview.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, where's the link for the visual slides? I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's in the schedule.
Yep. There's a picture and then it's virtualpathology.leeds.ac, blah, 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 under the flashcard link.
And the flashcard link inside.
Do you want to share screen with Basim and he'll see it?
Like in the PowerPoint presentation? No, right?
I'll just share screen again. Hang on.
Sorry.
Share screen. That's okay.
Oh, yes, in the schedule, I found it. Yes,
You've
okay.
got it in the schedule there?
Yeah. Okay. So we
I
go
found
over.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, open it. It took a little while to load, Basim, so just
Okay.
wait and it'll.
Right, we'll go to our virtual rooms.
Yes, okay. All right.
Okay. We are now going to have a 5-minute break because we need to stretch again. Stretch break.
I did only 1.5 slides. Is that right?
Oh no, we were doing the melanocytic lesions. We're doing the virtual slide.
I did a virtual slide of
Mhm.
It's just one of them
one
for
and two.
the okay. Mild confusion. I will just
I think those
You will
might
do a
have been
demo.
the
We'll do a demo.
corneal slides.
all right. So
Okay. I did BCC at first. I'm sorry, I missed that
all
one.
right, no, that's okay. That would have been good too.
Yes, the BCC was a good one to do, so you haven't missed out on
did.
anything.
Yeah. All right. All right. So we were talking through this. Amanda, would you like to give me a mild break? And I've told my group that they should stretch, but you
Yes.
can stretch while Amanda's chatting through the slide here. Would that be okay?
Yes, do you want me to do the share screen?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. I will stop sharing screen.
Or do you want to share screen and you can drive and I'll navigate you? Yep.
All right, that seems good
You've
as
already
well.
got it up. Yep, I've
I
stopped share, of course.
Where are
So
you?
we're going to do, it's called pair share, and we're just going to demonstrate how we do it as a pair. Diane is the navigator, and we did this in our, Diane is the driver, she's driving the slide, and I'm the navigator, and I'm giving the directions and talking, and we're talking amongst ourselves. So
Okay.
this is very interesting. It looks like, to me, an eyelid wedge that's cut in parasagittal section. And how can I tell that? I'm not going to zoom up really close. I can see on the left side, there's skin, because it's got skin follicles, adnexal hair follicles. And then if I go to the other side, it's got an epithelial surface, but right underneath at this power, I can see it's got meibomium gland, so that's the tarsal plate. And then in between both of them, there is a big thick bundles of muscle, which must be orbicularis oculi. And then down the bottom, this confuses people, there's a lot of blood, but that's because of surgical trauma. And then if we look at the top part of the slide, there is a massive lesion which is solid in description, and it seems to be occurring at the junction of where the skin meets the conjunctiva. So it's occurring at the margin. So we have a marginal solid tumor. What could it be? And I'm just thinking, is it blue and below? Well, no, it looks pink to me. Yeah, more pink. And I'd like to have a little bit closer look at what it looks like so I can determine. So is it, because it could be a melanocytic lesion, a squamous lesion, or a basal cell carcinoma. These are these common things that occur. But look at this. I can see that these are very big round epithelioid cells. So they look like fried eggs with big nuclei. There's a lot of brown stuff with melanin, most likely melanin here, probably in macrophages. So they don't look like basal epithelial cells to me, and it's not making squamous, it's not doing peripheral palisade, it's making brown stuff. I think this is a melanoma. It's not a nevus, it's too big, it's destructive, and it's at the margin. So features of malignancy, nuclear size pleomorphism, there were mitotic figures. And I want to know, is this a skin melanoma or is it coming from the conjunctiva? Could we have a look at the skin just at the junction? So that's the on the other side is better showing.
At
it's
the
got
bottom end?
Yeah, down there where it's got the skin coming in. Where is
Yeah.
this melanoma arising from? And right down at the bottom,
Here,
there's a piece
here we
of
go, here we
skin.
go,
Yes,
yeah.
and there's a little bit of activity at the basal layer, and they look like atypical melanocytes to me. So it looks like it's starting to develop melanoma in situ, and then it's become an invasive melanoma.
Great.
Yeah, and I think it's completely excised. It's clear of the margin.
Yep.
It's got vertical growth phase, and I could measure it even. And see, look,
Yep.
there's a little millimeter thing down in the bottom left corner. It's about 5-6 millimeters in depth. It's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very deep. So
Okay, so we have a chat.
Aussie chat. Hang on, I was talking, so I can't
All right.
talk and
Were the
watch
early
the thing.
virtual slides on BCC and SCC? Yes, they were. Okay,
Yes.
moving right along. Everyone stretch.
Stretched. I'm
Move
going
your
to get up and
arms
stretch.
and stretch. Don't want anyone to get back injuries from today.
And I'm just thinking if we should.
Okay.
Should we stop record there before we move to our
Oh,
next
yeah,
section?
we'll stop recording and restart, and then
recording.
we've got nice units to put up.
I shall stretch.
So I'll stop recording. Okay.